Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome to the very last Monday for the month of August, which means that there's a lot happening here in the next few days. Heritage Day kicks off this Wednesday. I'll remind you about that. It's the Labor Day weekend, and I am beyond thrilled and beside myself to tell you about the forecast we have for all of that. I know it's a little gloomy out there right now. It's going to change, and we haven't had one like this in a long, long time, I don't think. In the parade last year, remember how that turned out? Not a problem this time around. Glad to tell you about that. Temperatures are going to be definitely running cooler for a few days. They'll pick back up to the mid 80s by the time Labor Day itself rolls around, but no rain in sight do I have right now for any of the holiday weekend or festival weekend for that matter. So look forward to that. I've got 3 arrests making headlines by local police. I also have a report about a man, sadly, who died last night in Johnson County as a result of an ATV accident. Just received a few details a few moments ago and his identity. I'll have that for you in just a few moments. There was actually several calls of emergency, serious ones, responded to in Johnson County over the course of the weekend. I'll get to that after the break. Right now, though, a couple of other things before we get to our local headlines. We, of course, are seeing a lot of big names coming to Kentucky, as they're going to many states, of course, in lieu of the campaign season. And we've now learned that also coming to support Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin, Dr. Alf Alvarado is coming, as well as Donald Trump Jr., and his girlfriend will be in Hazard and Pikeville this Thursday, and also they will be at the Hazard Community College as well at 11:30, Appalachian Wireless Arena at 2:30 as well, in support of the governor and his re-election efforts for a rally there and to raise support. The rally is free. You are asked to be there and get there by 1 or 1:30 at the latest if you do plan on going. Might have thought it was over and done with just because you hadn't heard it mentioned for a while, but it dominated the headlines for quite some time. And now a federal appeals court has ruled that former Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis can be sued and face litigation from 2 couples who did take her to court for failing to issue marriage licenses to them. This goes back to 2015, of course, when Davis, who became known nationwide, refused to issue marriage licenses to 2 same-sex couples after the legalization of the process. And of course, that led to a number of lawsuits. Now these 2 lawsuits can proceed. AT&T employees are striking all over the country, 9 or 10 states now, including very close to home. I'll have that in a few seconds. Right now, 3 arrests to pass along to you that took place here in McGoffin County over the course of the weekend. The first actually goes back to Friday afternoon. A Sagersville man says the victim held a knife to her throat, threatening him to kill her for not taking a walk with her. The first arrest took place Friday afternoon. Officer Jeremiah Watson with the Sagersville Police Department responded to College Street, which is where 28-year-old Sean DeSote lives. The officer noted that he could hear a female crying and yelling loudly from inside the apartment. As he approached the residence, the officer tried to boot the door in after hearing the commotion inside and announcing who he was. And at that same time, DeSote jumped out a second floor window and took off running. There was a bystander at the back who yelled at the officer and informed that he was running and had jumped over the hill headed towards the junkyard in the area. The officer gave chase and actually saw him go into the wooded area, and then went back to check on the victim. Once Chief of Police Matthew Watson arrived and then contacted the EMS for the female, he left and was able to find DeSote walking in a wooded area not far from where he had fled the scene. In the process, though, of transferring the arrestee from one cruiser to the other, one of the officers says that he started to resist to the point he had to be taken to the ground before being taken into custody. The victim told authorities that DeSote had held a knife to her throat and was trying to kill her, and had busted up several things in the apartment because she would not walk to town with him. He remains lodged on assault, second-degree domestic violence, fleeing or evading police in the first degree, menacing, resisting, and disorderly conduct in the second degree. Later on Friday, Deputy Brian Tipton and Sheriff Carson Montgomery were patrolling and ended up charging the following man with trafficking of methamphetamine. He saw him approach. He was familiar to them, and he tossed something on the ground. They found it, and they found more in his pockets, and he was taken for having more than 2 grams of meth on him. Lloyd Conley, 47, who has a Staffordsville address, was charged with trafficking in methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and criminal littering by the Sheriff's Department. Deputy Brian Tipton and Sheriff Montgomery were traveling on Route 378 when they saw Conley walking alongside the road. They pulled up to him, and they saw him, as they did, reach into his pocket and throw something onto the ground next to the road. They went back to see what it was, and they found a Ziploc baggie in the grass with what appeared to be methamphetamine inside. He was placed under arrest, searched, and then that search revealed a set of scales in his pocket and $100. They had what they believed to be more than 2 grams of methamphetamine in the bag when it was taken. He was charged once again with trafficking of meth, drug paraphernalia, and criminal littering. And the following man was arrested on Saturday after the Sheriff's Department says he got physically assaulted a female relative and then attempted to assault the officers who were trying to take him into custody. A 34-year-old Sagersville man identified as Sonny Keaton by sheriff's citations got mad at a female relative because she wouldn't let him take her side by side while he was under the influence, and he shoved her up against a wall and threatened her. She called police. They arrived, that being Deputy Brian Tipton, and took him into custody after he resisted and actually jumped up after being placed on the ground as if he was going to fight the officer, telling him he was going to learn him a lesson. He was charged with assault in the 4th degree, domestic violence, disorderly conduct in the 2nd degree, public intoxication of drugs, menacing, and resisting arrest. Turning to Johnson County, there were several calls of emergency over the course of the weekend involving ATV accidents and a motor vehicle accident. The W.R. Castle Fire and Rescue Department saying that they had to help 3 patients from this vehicle that was involved in a crash at the junction of 23 and 321. While 2 of the calls of emergency involved 2 serious ATV accidents in Johnson County, one which sadly proved fatal that I'll tell you more about in just a few moments. One of the other calls of emergency was this single vehicle accident early Sunday morning, shortly after midnight at around 12:40. The W.R. Castle Fire and Rescue Department says they responded, as well as authorities and other EMS, to this crash at the junction of US 23 and 321, where they found 3 occupants inside this vehicle, 2 which were removed from the vehicle and taken by ambulance to an area hospital. One, however, had to be extricated using extrication tools and hydraulics, and then from there was transported to a landing zone established at the Johnson County Middle School, and from there airlifted to the Cabell Huntington Hospital. I don't have any other additional information in regards to the identity or conditions of those involved. And sadly tonight we report the death of a man from Thelma. I just got off the phone a few moments ago with Deputy Bill Meade of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department, who confirmed that his department, as well as a host of other EMS departments, responded to not 1 but 2 ATV accidents in Johnson County over the course of the weekend, and relatively close to each other in their proximity. At around 7:20 last night, I believe it was, 37-year-old James Price, says Officer Meade, was riding with a group of individuals on ATVs in the White House community. The vehicle he was on overturned. He suffered multiple injuries, traumatic injuries, and was flown to the Pikeville Medical Center. The officer didn't have any additional information on his condition or the accident. But it was 2 hours, roughly, and 20 minutes later that the Sheriff's Department received a call. I'm uncertain as to how that call came in, if it was someone that discovered the accident or who was riding alongside. I do not know, but the end result is the same, that 67-year-old Gerald Arrowwood of Thelma was pronounced dead at the scene. Officer Meade tells me that his department received a call at 9:40 between Offutt and Thelma, and that is where Deputy Jeff Castle responded and found that, once again, 67-year-old Gerald Arrowwood appeared to have been operating his side-by-side on a trail and went over an embankment, landing on the railroad tracks below. He was pronounced dead at the scene by the Johnson County Coroner's Office. The Thelma, Williamsport, and West Van Leer Fire and Rescue Departments responded. Meade says that there was absolutely no sign of anything other than this being a tragic accident after the operator lost control of that ATV. I have no other information in regards to funeral services yet for Mr. Arrowwood. We'll pass those along as soon as they are available. I'll be right back. Whether it's game time, family time, or any kind of fun or hungry time, it's always a perfect time for the party platter from your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. 20 crispy buffalo wings, 20 hot and spicy wings, fried pickles, cheese sticks, jalapeno poppers, mini corn dogs, jumbo breast strips, and spicy jumbo dippers. It feeds a crowd for only $34.99, and you get $3 off if you call and order one at least a day ahead. It's party time at your Sagersville Lee's. Never seen what's inside the seasonal shop, you've never seen anything like it. And if you have seen what's inside the seasonal shop, you've never seen it like this. From all the styles of pillows, dishware, bedding, and wall hangings, it's full of beautiful home decor. And there are frames for anyone and any occasion. There are neat and unique ways to design and do it yourself. There are flowers too perfect to be real. And from expecting moms to newborns, toddlers, teens, and adults, the fashions and designs and jewelry are simply endless and always changing at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop.
Appalachian Wireless has a question for you. Would you rather pay $650 or $66 for a smartphone? If you think this answer is simple, then the Appalachian Advantage plan is for you. Pay less upfront for today's hottest smartphones, and then pay just a few dollars more every month on the monthly bill. Many smartphones are $5 a month or less after you factor in the $20 discount from the Advantage plan, compared to the contract offering. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Payment agreement required. See store for details.
At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. Here's a little of what's new at Parkway Gun and Pawn. A big selection of hunting, bowie knives, some to use, some to collect, or both, starting as low as $14.99 a piece. Hey gamers, while they last, they just got in 2 PS4 Pro editions in perfect condition. And as new, still in the packaging, big flat screens at big discounts. A new selection of kitchen gear and appliances, and even a new in-the-box 30-gallon electric hot water heater. You never know what you're going to save on, but you're always going to save at Parkway Gun and Pawn. The following individuals you are about to see and who we will be talking to later at their convenience are some of the 20,000 or more AT&T employees who are protesting at this time. In many other states besides Kentucky, Georgia, and Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina, and North Carolina, neighboring Tennessee, Florida, maybe some others. At several locations here in Kentucky, I know Pikeville and elsewhere, and these pictures were captured earlier today by an employee here at Mortimer Media and Big Sandy Media as they were taking to striking alongside Route 80 near the junction of 23. And this, from what I can find out thus far, is the closest strike within the Sagersville and viewing area. My sales manager for the Sagersville Independent and Big Sandy News captured these pictures earlier this afternoon and spoke with some of the strikers, some of which are going to call the offices and talk to us sometime in the near future. But she says that they say that they are striking because of unfair labor practices. In fact, they say that the Communications Workers of America, or CWA, has filed an unfair labor practice count with the National Labor Relations Board. Altogether, some 20,000 AT&T employees are striking, individuals who carry several different duties in regards to their employment with AT&T. Essentially, they say working without a contract. They said they have been in negotiations and in talks with AT&T. However, those talks have stalled, forcing them to strike and bring the National Labor Relations Board into the situation. I've been learning about and hearing about telemedicine or telehealth now for quite some time, and I do believe it's something that we're all going to be becoming more familiar with in the near future, very near future, as we're about to talk about it being a significant implementation into the Johnson County School District as of late. And I think that we'll be, like I said, becoming more familiarized with telehealth or telemedicine in a lot of other school districts. For the Johnson County School District, the Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center is delivering primary care to Johnson County students and staff within the school district via telehealth. Paul B. Hall has partnered with the Johnson County School District, bringing primary care directly to all 7 schools in the Johnson County District. It's called telehealth. The school-based telehealth program allows students, staff, and teachers to be examined, diagnosed, and treated by a primary care provider during school hours simply by virtual connection. So working together with the school nurse through specialized equipment, the healthcare provider at Paul B. Hall can visually assess the patient's symptoms, and if needed, electronic prescriptions can be sent to the preferred pharmacy. And common conditions treated through a telehealth visit can include anything from cold, fever, rash, earache, pink eye, sore throat, and the like. The goal of the telehealth program is to keep children healthy in school and learning. It's inevitable for parents of school-aged children to get a call from the school saying that you've got a child who's sick and needs to be picked up, and they say that utilizing a telehealth visit, you can eliminate unnecessary time off work and time spent in waiting rooms. Your child can also be accessed and treated for acute illnesses within minutes in the school nurse's station. And if the patient presents with symptoms that need further treatment, they are referred to their primary care provider or local emergency room. Don't leave. Never leave. You never know what you're going to miss, because I've got a couple of really good things to go out on tonight. One of them is just a bit of a teaser, but it's a good teaser. Right now, a brief community calendar, just a couple of announcements and reminders, and those, of course, are all brought to you by your local Farm Bureau agent, Doug Green. A pretty brief community calendar tonight, but always brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. An announcement for all McGoffin County Shriners. A special meeting of the McGoffin County Shrine Club has been set for this Thursday evening at 7. All members are urged to attend. Once again, McGoffin County Shrine Club, special meeting Thursday night, 7 o'clock. And another reminder that the Farm Field Day event is set for September the 17th, which is going to be here in a flash at the farm of Avavian and Rick Deaton on Bear Branch. They'll register at 5, eat at 5:30. The program will start at 6. They'll cover beef quality and care, assurance training, forage testing, and cattle nutrition, other informational booths, and, of course, hay rides. Can't have a field day, farm field day without hay rides. And you can't have an announcement that everyone's going to know about it unless you have it here. Some of your birthdays, anniversaries, and, of course, anything for your church group, nonprofit, what have you, and we'll tell everyone about it. On this Monday's funeral service announcements, one listing tonight, and it comes in honor of an 89-year-old Geraldine Howard Salyer of Parkway Drive, who passed away on the 24th, preceded in death by her husband Aaron Salyer. Geraldine is survived by her sons Jerry and Larry and Gary and Terry Lee Salyer, and also daughters Joe Elaine Holbrook and Vonda Gale Stoll. Visitation is this evening. It's all day tomorrow and prior to Wednesday's services that will begin at 1. Visitation and services from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will follow at the Salyer Family Cemetery at Oakley.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold, and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there. at Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville. Big Sandy Healthcare and Hope Family Medical Center are proud to announce the newest addition to their staff and team of over 200 dedicated employees and medical professionals. Podiatrist Dr. Cheryl Stalder Cheney has joined Big Sandy Healthcare at the Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sayersville on Beriah Boulevard, just a couple of doors up from the least famous recipe. For anything minor or serious foot or ankle related, Dr. Stalder Cheney is now accepting new patients at Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sayersville. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sayersville. 349-8785. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to conleytire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Your new IGA has fresh brewed coffees and delicious donuts made 7 days a week. Daily made breads piled high with any meat or cheese you can think of. And come and taste the salads, broccoli and cauliflower, cornbread, and their gourmet chicken salad made fresh right here. They've got fruit and vegetable and meat trays made with a little love, and celebrate anything with perfectly professionally made cakes. All fresh and ready for your next meal, party, or event. At your Sayersville IGA, where it's a new day, place, and way to shop. Well, I've got some good news for you weather-wise. I mean, it's perfect news, actually, for the 2019 McGoffin County Heritage Day Festival. Yes, the rains are going to go away and the clouds are going to part, and we're going to celebrate the legacy of McGoffin County Schools, the foundation of our education, for this year's celebration. A reminder, it all starts this Wednesday. Yes, the Labor Day weekend is upon us. Heritage Day starts this Wednesday at 6 with the opening ceremony. The baby contest will be that evening at 6:30. The Mr. and Mrs. Miss Heritage Day Classic pageants, 8 o'clock Wednesday. Thursday, of course, the Little Miss and Master and the Miss Teen will be introducing to you the candidates very soon. Miss McGoffin is Friday night, of course, which follows the pet show that morning and the school events and the talent showcase and all of that. It starts Wednesday. It's hard to believe. The forecast for it is absolutely beautiful. I'll get to that in just a few seconds, and I'll go through your full list of events a little later on in the week. Well, I guess we'll have to do it tomorrow since it starts on your Wednesday. But as you know, as I spoke of, the McGoffin County Hornets opened their season at home against Knott County Central on Friday night, a beautiful night for high school football. No rain to be seen. It took me a few minutes to get the first highlight well into the end of, or after the end of the first quarter, I guess, but after that, things got rolling. So much that I got a lot of great stuff to show you. It's going to be a great story, but you're just not going to see it tonight, still in edit. But here's a teaser. When a football game starts like this,
gonna do the touchdown, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out and do the hold down and get push. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it and lean back with your hip. See that shit.
Hey, wait! We are McGoffin! 33! We are McGoffin!
and when that same football game ends like this,
And your call will be McGoffin County 51, Knox County Central 22.
well, you can pretty much figure out what happened in the middle. Some great highlights, interviews. We'll talk about that probably on tomorrow night's program. For now, let's wrap it up with your Licking Valley RECC outlook. A beautiful one at that. Some lingering showers. As you can still see behind me, roads are wet, and we're going to see that continuing light shower activity. No real thunderstorms to speak of, but we've got more to deal with before Wednesday morning. And that's where it all ends, and the change comes. The bulk of those showers we should see before 10 or maybe 11. Nighttime lows are not going to be that low, even though we're seeing all this rain. 67 degrees is where we're expected to fall to tonight, along with a southeast wind of about 3 to 5 miles per hour. Those shower chances go from, well, a full-blown 80 to 100% tonight to about a 10% chance lingering maybe before 8 a.m. Otherwise, we'll just see a cloudy Tuesday from there on, at least for a while. So look for a little bit of a break in the action tomorrow is kind of where I'm going with this. A 10% chance of showers before 8, cloudy skies, 82 degrees on your Tuesday. But by tomorrow night, shower chances start to increase again, and we'll see about a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. For most everyone, another quarter of an inch of rain. Some pretty well needed rain, I would say, unless you get under a thunderstorm that could develop on your Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. Wednesday, another lingering chance of some showers before 8 a.m. or so, and that's the last of it. After those shower chances, which might hang around through early Wednesday morning, we'll see skies become sunny. Partly sunny and then sunny, and daytime highs, and this is, of course, the beginning of the Heritage Day Festival in McGoffin County, are going to be quite cooperative. 80 degrees and sunny after a little cloud cover and maybe some light showers early Wednesday morning. And Wednesday night, mostly clear and 54 somewhat cool degrees. Thursday, sunny and 80. Thursday night, clear and 52. Friday, sunny and 85. Friday night, mostly clear and 55. Saturday, things warm up for your Labor Day and Heritage Day weekend. Sunny and 86 on your Saturday, 63 that night with partly cloudy skies. Sunday, mostly sunny and 84, partly cloudy, 62 that night. Labor Day, Monday, mostly sunny and 84. This is one of the nicest Heritage Days forecasts that I can recall in quite some time. And I think we could all remember the parade last year, right? Well, we won't have to worry about that this year whatsoever. A few showers to get through between now and early Wednesday morning, but other than that, wow, what a weekend forecast. All right, that's a wrap for this Monday. See you back here tomorrow night. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for watching.